Our organisation has been in existence for 14 years, and in that time we've gained extensive experience working in communities throughout Victoria with Aboriginal people, and most particularly with Aboriginal women who are escaping family violence. The statistics are appalling when it comes to Aboriginal women. Nationally, Aboriginal women are 34 times more likely to be hospitalised for family violence and 10 times more likely to die from that assault than their non-Aboriginal sisters. So that's one thing that really drives me in the work that I do.
Unfortunately, Aboriginal women are disadvantaged in so many ways. Born into disadvantage, poverty, a lot of the time, where even the most basic services sometimes aren't available. And, it has a lot to do with intergenerational trauma. It has a lot to do with the history of this country.
I grew up in a place where violence was fairly normalised. Most of the people experienced violence in one form or another. In the time that I've started working in family violence in our community, I've seen the conversation shift. Aboriginal women are more likely to talk about family violence. It's very empowering that we can get together and talk about how family violence affects us and what it means to be free of family violence in our communities.
From our experience, if Aboriginal women don't feel valued or comfortable when they access a mainstream service, they just don't go back. So it's really important for agencies to participate in cultural awareness training so that those women feel like they're valued.
The reason why organisations like the Aboriginal Family Violence Prevention Legal Service has had to come into existence is because we weren't being catered to before. We weren't being listened to, and we weren't being asked to be part of solutions.
As an Aboriginal community controlled organisation, we pride ourselves on being a culturally safe service for Aboriginal people in our communities, and most particularly for Aboriginal women who need access to our service.
I've been a client of the service, and I know from personal experience, when you're at the lowest ebb and you actually reach out, and knowing that there's an organisation that is there, you don't have to explain yourself to, you don't have to educate. I just was embraced, I was given very practical solutions, and I had wonderful follow-up.
The frontline work that we do, that would not work unless we had our early intervention prevention programs and our community education programs.
FVPLS's programs are so successful, and they have been independently evaluated, is because they're designed by Aboriginal women, they're for Aboriginal women, and they reduce vulnerability to family violence.
Sisters Day Out is a key component in prevention of family violence in our communities because it reduces social isolation for our women and it reduces vulnerability. An integral part of our culture is connecting with each other, and Sisters Day Out certainly provides that.
After working on the Sisters Day Out program for a number of years, we felt that there needed to be something else for women who wanted to take the next step in their journey. In fact, Wanda developed the Dilly Bag program, and it's such a wonderful program for our women. It's about strengthening culture and identity. We really want to build up their resilience, and the way we do that is by using culture.
We created Young Love because we saw there was a gap in our program service delivery. We were not getting to, young girls earlier on to talk about family violence and think about their safety. It's really important that we start to have conversation around knowing the warning signs in unhealthy relationships, maybe getting them to think about sexting and safety online.
Through our policy and advocacy work, we're able to use Aboriginal women's experiences to influence systemic change.
Aboriginal women are survivors. They're very powerful and need to be involved in every aspect of something that affects their lives so greatly.
We've delivered many programs in many Aboriginal communities across Victoria, and many of those programs have targeted Aboriginal women. It's the Aboriginal women who come to those workshops that tell us what we need to be doing to put an end to violence in our communities. We're hearing their voices and we're doing exactly what they're telling us to do.
We shouldn't be fighting for dollars, we should be fighting for solutions. And we call on everyone to be part of those solutions because we have a responsibility for our future.
Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander women have the solutions to addressing family violence. We need everyone to stand with us.